Hi, welcome. It's time for my campaign update, State of the Union and State of the World address and message for this week, for this Sunday, I should say. I am Susan Maude Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2024 presidential election. And I am still a candidate. I have not conceded because there is corruption in the system, and I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court about that. I'm hoping to hear something sometime soon. I am finishing up with some of my work that I have to do, and then I will start a second lawsuit because, things are not changing, and the wrong people are being manipulated into office. And it should be the U.S. citizens' voices that get heard, not the Democrats and Republicans who decide who's going to be in office for that year or 5 years or whatever the case may be, 4 or 6 years. And so, anyway, I have my lawsuit pending. I hope to hear something soon. So I am still a candidate for that election. And as far as future elections go, I don't know what I'm going to do at the moment. I'm an artist also, and so I've been doing some art protest pieces and things like that. And celebrations also of various milestones that we have in our country. So if you've been watching me, then you know what I'm doing. So anyways, I have some upcoming art things going on as well. But I'm still doing protests about our government and the fraud and manipulation and fake news in the system. So with that said, I'll make a plug for this now. On Tuesday at 10 a.m., I'm going to be at the Supreme Court building outside, having a peaceful protest and a concert about truth and independence and grievances. So, so women rights, basically. On the 26th, which is Tuesday, it is the official day that the document was signed into law that women had the right to vote. But since then, I actually don't think that a lot of women's votes have been counted. And there's some sort of this old feeling that, women shouldn't vote, even though we pay taxes. So you're happy to take our taxes, but you don't want us to vote. That's exactly why our country was founded. Taxation without representation. And that is exactly what happened to me last year. I went to vote, and my vote was thrown out. And it's unacceptable. I am a U.S. citizen. My father is buried at Arlington Cemetery. He fought in Vietnam. It's an insult to him and everybody buried in that cemetery. We are equal citizens. Gender has nothing to do with it. It never did, actually. And it was only men being narcissistic and abusing their wives, their mothers, their sisters, and their daughters, and their neighbors, that our votes were not counted in the first place. Shame on you, men. And especially in today's world, shame on you. And shame on West Virginia for not counting my vote. So, on Tuesday, if you want to join me in protest, against the slavery, apparently, that is still existing with mothers and women in this country. It's time to stop that. So I will be there at 10 a.m. having a concert and also a list of grievances against our government, because we're allowed to, address our government with regressive grievances, and also to declare our independence. Because taxation without representation is not acceptable. It wasn't acceptable back in 1776, or even before that when the actual war against England began, and it's not acceptable today. And so you men, it's enough. We women have had enough. It's enough of your BS, your narcissistic abuse. We're done. So that's what's going on Tuesday at the Supreme Court. And yes, please join me. Bring your own list of grievances and your own Declaration of Independence if you want. So, so that's what's going on campaign-wise and in the state of our union. I recently was messaging with people, men, who still today currently think that it should be, one household, one head of the household votes, and that's it. But that's, in today's world, not acceptable, because we don't have the traditional family anymore, because we don't have the traditional way of life anymore. And that's a good thing for women. I know for men, that's a bad thing, because you're, you can't control everybody anymore. And for women, it's a good thing, because finally we can be our own boss, and we can take care of our own selves. And we don't have to worry about being killed by our husbands or our brothers or our uncles or our fathers. And that should have never been. So going back to head of a household concept is unacceptable and will never happen. And in fact, I think that men and women that are married should file separately, should have separate accounts. They can still be married and they can still share things between them as a special offer. But no, there should be no dependency whatsoever from anybody on either side. When you're an adult, you should stand on your own 2 feet and be an adult and know exactly what you're doing and have exactly a say in your life, because you've only got one life. And you don't want to give up that right to your life, to your one life. Okay, so that is the state of our union. Women's voices are going unheard, and I'll be talking about that on Tuesday in Washington, D.C., the Supreme Court building at 10 a.m. All right, I'm going to end this video for now, and I will come back and talk about one of my platform pieces for really the State of the Union. I guess that was more the state of my campaign. So now it'll be State of the Union, and then I'll do State of the World. Okay, so 3 videos today. Bye for now.